What is going on, everybody? Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a tumble this morning. Not worried. Our indicator is still long. When you look at the higher time frames, we still have plenty of case to be made that there is continuation. We're still trading sideways. We're still in a consolidation. The market is still digesting the current prices here. And, we got room. We got room to the downside, but we got room to the upside as well. Plenty of FUD being thrown around the markets, and I just want to kind of share my thoughts on just FUD in general. I have the unpopular opinion that price moves news. News does not move price. It is in human nature to always want to try and attach a reason to why something has happened. So when price moves down, everybody frantically gets on the computer and they try to discover reasons as to why that's happened. And then when they find a reason that seems logical and reasonable, they share it. And then other people click on that, and then it gets favored by the algorithm. And then in very short notice, it becomes accepted as this is the reason why price fell. It's important to realize that news to a trader, specifically to a trader, I mean, news is a fantastic way for you to get your fundamental opinion on something, but it's very rare that the fundamentals of news will have a direct effect on price. And you as a trader, you don't need the news. It is noise. News is noise. Say it with me. News is noise. I can count on one hand how many times a news article has actually yielded me a positive P&L as far as being a trader. I can count on one hand, 0 times it has ever happened where the news has given me an advantage inside of the markets. Everybody has access to the news. The charts don't lie. You have to just get used to reading the candles. When the candles break past a resistance point, it's not going to be very long until you start hearing the news articles and the bullish reasons as to why. When price breaks down through a support, it's not going to be very long until you see the reasons as to why that is. So very important to just take a very objective approach to the market and just let the chart be your guide. Once you have an indicator that you use, once you have a strategy and you know what you're going to do under XYZ condition, you don't need the news. You just let the chart tell you, are we having a positive news day, or are we having a negative news day, or are we having a neutral news day? So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the king of all crypto. Here we are on Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. Now, for those who are set up with the alphanumerics indicator, we are flashing a green diamond. The green diamond on the 4-hour, as long as the wave is green, is technically a buy zone. So we are inside of the buy zone with a green diamond flash here. Does that mean we have to rally from here? Not necessarily, but let's take a zoomed out approach and see what levels we need to pay attention to in terms of deciding whether we're bullish, bearish, or neutral. So let's jump over to the daily charts. Now, the reality or the fact that you really need to pay attention to is we had a very long accumulation here. This falling wedge formation took several months. I don't know if you guys can absolutely hear that cicada in the background. Welcome to Thailand. Hopefully that's not too distracting. But this falling wedge took several months to play out. And we got a break. We got a breakout. And we've been on a very strong rally ever since. Now we're at a point just under the $25,000 level where price needs to digest a little bit. So what does that mean? What does price digestion mean? It means you're going to reach a point where the bears begin to either short or sell, or whatever the case may be. They're taking profits on their longs, whatever the case may be. And the order books have an evenly balanced amount of liquidity in them, evenly balanced traders between the bulls and the bears, and we just need to allow all the traders to do whatever it is that they're trying to do. A lot of people are trying to sell, a lot of people are trying to short, a lot of people are trying to buy, a lot of people are trying to long. So you just need to allow the order books to reshuffle and transfer ownership until we get a consolidation of price that is going to pick a direction. So a few days ago, before this big red candle here, we were quite stagnant. We weren't moving very fast at all. So Usually you can't, markets need to move. Markets always move. They have to move. So when you stop moving, you know that a price move is coming. It's just part of how markets work. That is a constant inside of markets. So we have taken a move down. What I am looking for is I'm watching this level right here down at 20,000. This is a nice area of liquidity for me. If we hit 20K, I would imagine that would be an area of a bounce, because I'm still maintaining a bullish bias as it stands right now. The other thing I'm looking for, there's still about 17 hours left on this daily candle. If this daily candle closes with a long demand tail on the bottom, if we are able to rally up to the $23,000 level. Better yet, if this candle flips green, I think that's going to be a breakout. That's going to show that the market has tested the supply zone down below this area, below the $23,000 level. If we can test that demand zone and actually close this daily candle in the next 17 hours as a green candle, that test will be successful, showing that the bulls are in control, the demand is in the market, and we are ready to rally to higher levels. So those are the two things that I'm watching for right now. The smaller time frames, I'm watching for clues to get us down to this kind of $20,000 level. And more importantly, I would love to see that bullish candle close in the next 17 hours and we actually get a breakout of the high at around 25. So those are the two areas to look for. So another thing to note is these lows here. We have a low here at 20,000. We have another low at 22,000, and we now have another low at 22.5. So we are still making higher lows throughout this consolidation, which is another bullish thing that we can point to. So all that to say, I'm not particularly nervous at this point. If you were in the private group, we've been long Bitcoin since, well, my entry was 17.1, but the actual signal came in at 18K. So we've got a lot of room to play. I'm not worried. I'm still long. I'm not taking profits. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm going for the big swings. So what I'm hoping to see is continuation of that trend. That's all that I got. I just wanted to hop on. A lot of people freaking out, a lot of people talking a lot of FUD out there. There's really nothing to be worried about. Bitcoin is neutral at best. There's nothing bearish about the current consolidation. We're still trading sideways, testing support. That's all I got. Until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.